Okay folks, we're up to segment 4 of making tzitzis. We already made our first 2 knots and our 7 wraps in the middle. Now we're just going to remind ourselves of what goes next. What goes next is I'm going to do the same thing, but each time I do a section of wraps, it's going to be a slightly more. So the first group has 7 circles or wraps, the next one is 8, the next one is 11, and the next one has 13. So let's get going on that one. We're going to do 8 circles, 11 circles, and 13 circles or wraps between the knots. I no longer need to say L'Shem Tzitzis on the next knots except for the last one.
ואהבתו לרעך כמו איכו לרעך זה כלל גדול בתורה זה כלל גדול בתורה.
Okay folks, we now got to the end of our 7, 8, 11 and 13. We're up to our last knot. Remember at the end of the last knot, because this is going to be completing the mitzvah, what we do is we say L'Shem Tzitzis one more time, L'Shem Tzitzis. We close the loop, so we pull this through. We make our knot over here. It's hard sometimes to get this exactly right. Just do it carefully, making sure it's always tight. There's the one side, and we're going to flip it around to the other side that the short end goes over now, and we conclude our knot of our tzitzis. Here we go. Let's pull it through, and we close it. Beautiful, nice and tight. Remembering, you want this knot to be very, very tight because this is the part that usually comes out first. So you want to make sure that it's safe. At this point in time, we can now undo the slip knot and see how our lengths are played out. You'll notice that if it's done correctly, that the lengths of all the strings should be almost identical, perhaps with a little bit of extra slack from our shamish if we use it well, and this looks like a beautifully formed tzitzis. Now you'll see over here that if you can look carefully, you'll notice that there's more wraps at the last one, because that's 13, that's 11, that is 8, and that's 7. A little trick to see if you've done this correctly is to notice that it should be a 1/3 to 2/3 ratio of knots to strings. So if I double this up over here, and I double it back over here, you'll notice that it's 1/3 knots and 2/3 string, and that is a correctly done tzitzis. This is my one corner. This now allows me to do the other 3 corners. So there's one more corner here, 2 corners at the bottom, and then I have my perfectly formed tzitzis, L'Shem Tzitzis as well. One last little detail which is worthwhile noting: if one looks at a fully formed tzitzis, so he has all 4 of the tzitzios, so you're making sure that they're all coming off the corners, not from underneath the corners. This is a beautiful set of tzitzis. If you want to send this back, Rabbi Axelrod and myself are going to be going to Israel to deliver these to Israel. If you want to, when you finish your tzitzis, it would be a beautiful thing to do is to add in the tzitzis a note to the soldier that you're sending it to. So as an example, here's a note that was written just last night to a soldier. Put inside, so when the soldier gets it, they're getting a note of chizuk as well. Please put it in, fold it, and return to shul. Yashikachem and Tiskel Mitzvos being part of this incredible effort.